But we know kids, I mean, they spread everything to each other, right? And they're back in school today after spring break. So are you anticipating we'll see a spike in COVID cases in the schools because they're all now back together?
I think what all of us with kids have seen, I have 3 young kids in elementary school, is as expected, right? When infections go up in our communities, they hit our schools, particularly since our kids have had masks be optional in most of our schools since the middle of last month when Governor Hochul announced that the masks would be no longer mandatory in school. Infections will spread, and I think the same is true for our kids. We're thankful that most of our kids, those 5 and up, can now be vaccinated. And much as the vaccines, similar to adults, don't have 100% effectiveness as preventing infection, they do still seem to be protecting against severe infection in kids. But I think, yes, I think people were celebrating holidays, visiting with friends and family, traveling, and any meetings that people have and interactions with large groups of people can bring COVID, and the same is true for our kids when they go back to school. So I think the safest thing is to keep your kids home. If they're not feeling well, think about testing your kids if you've had an exposure. And if you're really concerned, or if somebody is ill or older or immunosuppressed at home or can't be vaccinated for any reason, think about sending your kids to school still in a mask, particularly after these breaks when people may be at higher risk for transmitting the infection.
Right. And those home test kits have been a game changer throughout this pandemic, so it's great that we have those for parents to use for the kids. What's the latest, though, on the vaccine for our kids that are 5 and under? We're still waiting on that.
It's been a long wait. As a parent of young kids, it was a long wait till the kids could get vaccinated this past November. And I know that for friends and family who have younger kids, they are still waiting. Moderna has released its data to the FDA, and so the expectation is that the FDA will be meeting to decide on the vaccines in early June. I think the latest date that I saw was June 1 or June 2. Time's been set aside to meet about vaccines for kids ages 2 to 4. So I think the updated news can't come soon enough for parents of young kids who've been waiting a really long time to get their kids vaccinated.
Absolutely.